broken baker, where crimes are baked in every show. Mysteries rise and truth unfolding. Ready, set, it's time to go.
I did hear Aqua on the radio the other day, and I was just, it makes me think of you, Baker.
Yeah, because I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me anywhere. Imagination, life is your creation. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Ooh, whoa, ooh, whoa. I'm a blonde bimbo girl in a fantasy world. Touch me here, touch me there, hanky panky. Come
Oh,
jump
Lord.
in, bimbo friend, let us do it again. Hit the town, fool around, let's go party. You
I
can
know.
touch, you can play. If you say I'm only yours, you can touch,
I don't
you
think
can
he's okay,
play.
guys.
That's as much as I remember
That's
from.
like the whole song. It's a good job.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is a
I
more
love that so
lighthearted.
much. I love
It's
that so much. I was singing with it on the other, well, silently in my head. So, anyways.
but I have again been corrected. I should save another Dr. Pepper for Sarah Boone. Jamie,
What?
you know I made fun of this.
Yep.
I saw this and thought, this is so stupid. Inmate seeks attorney, looking for a prosperous challenge, ready for your close-up on national television. Are you zealous with a side of keen? Show the world who you are with your original creativity, extraordinary expertise, confident ingenuity. Qualifications must include being trustworthy, honest, passion driven, open minded, exceptional problem solving skills, client inclusion at all times, team orientation. I don't know why it's not team oriented, but Sarah was a spelling bee champion. I am dyslexic. Collaboration, extreme efficiency in listening, communicating, understanding, dedication to success. Because, Jamie, you know what the old word is? You gotta get dressed for success. La da da da, for the good times, baby. Get dressed for success. That is Swedish music. Don't think about it.
Okay.
Dedication to success, possessing a winning mindset, capability of excellence in representation, committed, maintaining faith. You gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. That's George Michael. In the client and case with the ability to think differently, overcome all circumstances. Epic opportunity awaits. Sarah Boone, Orange County Corrections Department. Invest in the oppressed. Believe. Hey, genitals.
Oh boy. She is
I made fun of this, Jamie. And I said, ain't nobody that stupid.
But wait, there is, isn't there?
Say hello to James Sullivan Owens. This is how he presents himself on his official website. I don't think I can go back and see because it's geolocked, so I have to turn the VPN on and then it drops my signal. But this is now the guy representing In the blue corner, former pro se indigent spelling bee champion. Excels at everything, comes off the top rope with a Samsonite closure. Sarah Boone. So, if you want to hire James Owens, attorney at law, you can text him. Build a solid defense. Meet with James Owens, attorney at law, to discuss your case. If you're facing criminal charges, every second counts. While the prosecution is gathering evidence against you, you'll need an experienced lawyer who can defend your rights. Don't delay. Contact James Owens right away to hire a skilled criminal defense lawyer. He'll stand by your side and fight tirelessly for the best possible outcome in court. As a top Florida trial lawyer since 1986, James Owens has handled countless cases from simple misdemeanors to serious felonies. He'll help you understand your rights and explore every legal option. Why should you choose James Owens, attorney at law? A guilty conviction for criminal charges can potentially ruin your future. He's a smart guy. That's why you should hire him, because getting life in prison could potentially ruin your life. I'm just saying. You need to know that your criminal defense lawyer is looking out for your best interest at all times. James Owens provides tremendous value to his clients with over 35 years of experience in the courtroom, knowledge of both sides of the law as a former criminal prosecutor, convenient virtual consultations and text availability 24/7, personalized legal strategies with proven results. Attorney Owens has taken over 100 jury trials to a verdict. Jamie,
What?
if he has taken over 100 jury trials to a verdict and he's so great, wouldn't he mention how many of those he won?
I mean, I'd be bragging. But 100 doesn't seem like a lot.
Not
Especially he
in 30
looks older. Yeah.
So, well, he'll be your strongest advocate in court and offer unrelenting representation on your behalf. Nope, I had to. Sorry, I don't want to put the VPN on because it kills my bandwidth. Go look him up. He has the most Florida picture ever on his homepage. But why are we mentioning this amazing lawyer? Someone actually bet against me after she has gone through all of her other free lawyers. She's going to lose her, and fire this one too. No. This one is good. Sarah Boone Sign spoke to the lawyer like the crime scene spoke to Trooper Paul. Well, he has 100 verdicts. We just don't know if they're good or bad. I don't think the judge is going to having this for a further continuance. Well, let's look at the motions filed. 100 is not a lot. No, in 35 years, that's 3 a year. It's less than 3 a year. That's 2 point something a year. Crash Daddy, you ain't alone. He will not excel at lawyering. Well, he is team orientation. She is playing the court like a fiddle. Live up in jail instead of prison and spends her day outside of a cell. Weak judge. No, because this judge have still set a date and she's not being allowed to move it so far. Is this the firm of Owens, Samsonite, Briggs, and Riley? I think he used to work with Samsonite, yes. Touch DNA, Bakers. Mm-hmm. His motion is good. We are going to look at his motion. Sue likes a good motion in the ocean. I heard.
Oh my God.
Defense motion for continuance comes now. The defendant, by and through the undersigned attorney, under Rule 3190 Florida of the Florida Rules of Criminal Procedure, and request this court to grant a continuance of the 3-week jury trial set to begin October 7th and alleges the defendant is set for trial by jury on October 7th. Yes. The defendant has just retained defense counsel, and a notice of appearance was filed on Friday, August 30th. That's today. 38 days remain before trial. Defense counsel has met with defendant 4 times at the Orange County Jail, August 20th, 21st, 26th, and 27th. So that's probably already more than most of her previous lawyers. She's not attorney Sarah Boone anymore. How sad. She wasn't attorney Sarah Boone. It was my mistake. I take it on me. I misread the motion. It was filed by 2 people in California who got it dismissed because they're third party and doesn't have anything. 7 October. Her sign and Owen's website are match made in heaven. Laura, wait a minute. Back in cuffs, Sarah. I don't know, too little Comic Sans in the motion to your taste. Yeah, it doesn't seem professional. Well, she is almost a lawyer now. But during these meetings, the defendant disclosed potential exculpatory evidence on her phone in the possession of the Orange County Sheriff's Office, which is good because they did a Cellbrite extraction, so everything is in the Cellbrite files. He must have seen those in prison because she has them with her. Evidence include photographs, which will be on Cellbrite, videotape, Cellbrite gets that, calendars, Cellbrite gets that, text messages, Cellbrite gets that, notes and witnesses' names and numbers. This evidence will potentially corroborate her anticipated battered spouse syndrome defense under Rule 3201 of the Florida Rules of Criminal Procedure. If she goes with the battered spouse, Jamie, do you know who we get to see again?
Who?
That weirdo with the son who smokes weed, so she can only meet up once a week.
I thought she was just multiple personality.
Oh, she's multiple personalities. Oh, sorry. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Well,
yes,
Sarah could have
it does say attorney Sarah Boone, but it wasn't filed by attorney Sarah Boone. It was filed by 2 weirdos out of Califas. Yeah, everything he just talked about is in the extraction. No problem. Hey, Palola. Leg shackles. Yes, better a baker, no better, right? I know better. Undersigned counsel has spoken with numerous potential expert witnesses covering a range of possible defenses. Counsel is also actively vetting several additional experts upon directives from interested parties. He has spoken with numerous potential expert witnesses, which means he doesn't have one expert witness willing to testify anything. A range of potential defenses. That's all well and good. But if you're going with battered spouse, you should probably get a battered spouse expert. It is the professional opinion of counsel that the retention of one or more of these experts and the development of the aforementioned defense is a crucial and necessary component of the defendant receiving full and competent representation and due process under the law. That's why we have talked about experts multiple times. Your 6th lawyer, I believe, said none of the expert they have contacted was willing to do it for the amount offered by the state, which is a nice way to say we are not going to do it, so we're just going to blame the state for not paying. Many to 12K? I don't know. I'm streaming. I don't look at the numbers while I'm streaming. Hey, Lisa. Can one personality better the other personality? And if so, is that a valid battered spouse claim? If you ask the widow from the Letitia Stout case, I bet you she would find that that was totally cromulent. Because I'm 13 away from 12K. But because she was, everything was multiple personalities with her. She couldn't prove it, but she had written something about it in the 70s. Well, we get to it, Becca. Easy, easy. She is a marketing genius. We'll get to that part too. Time is running out to come up with a defense, Sarah. Well, she has battered spouse. If the suitcase don't fit, you must acquit. Exactly. Brett.
Yeah.
They are going to really upset the Torres family. I bet they're trying to make Jorge look bad. The DA will fight back hard for Jorge and his family. Well, they have a long, both of them have a long history of being arrested for DV. I'm experiencing shock and horror for her new lawyer. Carrie, go look at his website and tell me he doesn't look like someone who would join Lally in a suit against Karen Reed. He the one where he's standing with his wife. Why? It really doesn't make sense.
Wants to be a family man, looking like a family. Here's my thing. I think he knows exactly what he is getting himself into. He knows that this is he's gonna be broadcast.
Yeah, he's gonna
all
be famous
over.
because when I become a millionaire of the Sarah Boone case, I'll say, and he was the lawyer in that case. Yes, MG, she got a lawyer. She got a lawyer out of Florida, name called James Owens, who has 35 years of experience, and he have taken 100 cases to verdict. 100 in 35 years. I'm not a lawyer, but my math said something like 2 point. I can't. Yeah. Well, he has a picture where his about face is him sitting and his wife hanging on to him, and I'm thinking, if you're a defense lawyer for some of the worst people in the world, why would you have your wife on your website?
I wouldn't want my
Hey,
family
Irish.
on there, but I mean, to each their own.
Yeah. Why did Jorge climb into the suitcase? They were playing hide and seek.
Yeah. Probably
She
thought it was
did.
funny, and he didn't think she was gonna like unalive him.
It's actually not bad. Well, I just want to know how many of those verdicts were positive. Gil, congratulations with the pregnancy. This trial will be the Broken Baker show. I cannot wait. 100,000 subscribers for Broken Baker. No, just let me get to those 12,000. Will the judge even allow this? He'll probably allow her to retain him, but I don't think she'll get a continuance because it's 300, the 3 years. What was it, 254 days and something when he made his last ruling?
Yeah.
Does he have a little baby faux hawk like Lally with no hair in the back? No, but he's the most Florida. If you drew a man from Florida, it would be him, a lawyer from Florida. XXL suitcase is a thing in US sizes. If so, I can see how that game could happen to a guy like me. Isn't suitcases standard around the world because it has to fit the airplane?
I have a giant one that I just have to check all the time, but I have a giant suitcase. I probably wouldn't try to fit my big butt in it, but it's a big guy. But remember, poor little Jorge was like, what was he, like 4'10", like a $110? Like, I mean, he wasn't a very big guy.
No one clip Jamie saying, I have a big one. Carrie, I was talking to my family when they were here for a birthday, and my nephew said, but she knew where he was. And then we were talking about it. He said, well, maybe it was because he couldn't count to 10. So she put him in the suitcase. So he had to get out before he went to find her. He's a smart kid.
I think they were just hammered and they were being ridiculous. And she made it up like, oh, we were playing hide and seek. There was no hide and seek involved. I think they probably thought it was funny. And then she turned a little sinister. I was like, well, I'm not going to let him out. F that guy.
Yeah, I feel sorry for you, Jonathan. But with age, some of them shrinks. Hey, Boosh. He is in on movie and book deal for contingency. Will they even pay him public defender fees? I don't think they will. Well, she's not allowed another lawyer, so I don't know. They have a flat fee of $15,000 for lawyers in this case. We read that notice from her previous lawyer who wanted the money, where the JAC said, nope, it's 15 between you. It's not per lawyer. 2.86 cases a year. That's not a lot. It's an open and shut case as far as I'm concerned. I would say it's a zipped up case. Yeah, there's no more money left. And zipped himself in. Well, she left somewhat open. We know that. She said that in her interview. No,
like he probably got it. I picture him getting into it. They're like having this, they're just drunk, being ridiculous. And he's like, zip me up, like this is funny. And then she doesn't let him out. And then
and then she just got hammered and flipped him over.
Yeah, and just was like, well, here's my chance to just
now I'm gonna punish him. And I'm gonna go to bed.
Exactly. That's what I think happened. That's mine. But she still deserves to sit in prison for that.
2.86 trials per year is not that bad. You American lawyers are so lazy. I see the same lawyers all the time in court.
Maybe he pleads out a lot and he actually doesn't go to trial. Maybe there's a lot of, I don't know.
Lazy. Ooh. Based upon the conversations that have occurred, counsel have learned that proper diagnosis and development of said defenses requires time, not only for administering appropriate testing, but also the necessity that any expert testifying on behalf of the defendant be given adequate time to establish a trusting relationship and then be allowed to apply the analytical tools to the information developed from interviews with the defendant and supplemented with historical and documentary information from third parties. This process, as described to the undersigned counsel by renowned and respected experts, cannot be accomplished in the time available before trial. Should have started earlier, particularly given that the JAC ministerial hurdles which must be cleared when dealing with an indigent defendant. Notice of intent to rely on the battered spouse syndrome defense must be filed 30 days before trial. The notice must be filed by September 7, 8 days away. The defendant has been deemed indigent for cost. Defense will need government funds to assist in paying the experts in this field. Defense motion will need to be filed concerning the potential Brady material. The defendant has the right to be represented by counsel of her choice. The defendant attempted to solicit private counsel after the court's order dated June 28. The defense counsel responded to her advertisement and was retained. Again. He saw this one.
It's so ridiculous.
This is, if you're in Florida and need a lawyer, just put this on a lamppost and this guy will come calling. It's amazing. The defendant is not trying to delay the proceedings or abuse the process by retaining counsel at this late date. The defense certifies this motion is made in good faith. Why isn't he getting to her sooner? Oh, sorry, I didn't put it back on. Why isn't he getting to her sooner? She put up the advertisement back in the beginning of July. Why is he first filing this 38 days before the trial then? And blah blah, the law, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Wherefore, the defense would respectfully request the court consider this request and granted defense motion to continue. I don't think he's going to win that.
Nope. The judges had enough.
Yeah. It's so if true he entered the suitcase under threat, that threat might even be a kind of assault. Well, we don't know if I think they were having it, Jamie, it was a good day. They had been outside. They had been doing scrapbooks. They had been doing puzzles. They had been painting. They had been finding music on YouTube.
Yeah. And have you ever, I mean, has anybody ever been around like ridiculous drunk people that are like, I'm going to squeeze into this or I'm going to do this thing. And you're like, what the? And then people get in trouble. It happens all the time. Probably like thought it was funny to get in the suitcase. And she took the opportunity to not let him out. And well, I've seen other people saying it in chat, and I've said this the whole time. I said, I think she wanted to torture him. I don't think she believed that this was going to happen, to be honest with you. But
no,
she was nasty.
She was really mean. And Mama Smith, no, this is a mistake a lot of us YouTubers have made.
What?
She didn't write that letter to have her case thrown out because of violation of the Sixth Amendment right. It was a couple of weirdos out of California that filed that motion. It got thrown out because their third party doesn't have anything to do with the case. Sarah herself did waive her right to a speedy trial. And it's one of the motions to withdraw. Josie just shared it with me. I'm not going to pull it up, but he explicitly said back then, no more delays. No more. I believe I read it on the video the other day. No more delays without any exceptional facts. So I don't think he'll get this delay because she has been examined, but again, she doesn't want to be examined. It's constantly the same thing. Also, he read the order and still was like, Judge, it's all good. We aren't delaying, but please grant the continuance. Yeah. Inmate seeking attorney sounds like a Craigslist post. Kind of do. But she got one. We were all laughing, but she's a marketing genius. Maybe Sarah had to make sure he was a better attorney than her. Can you be? Because she excels at everything she does.
Can you be?
Yeah. He's the guy who waits outside hospitals. I can't say that. I don't know that. It's a joke in Minecraft, whatever. I don't know anything. They were picking flowers and watching cat videos, and she never gets drunk. Boosh, you never seen her drunk. She can't drink. She won't drink. I mean, if you can fit in a suitcase and there's a suitcase and you're drunk, it's not as stupid as we think.
No, it's not, because I've seen people do some stupid stuff and then, you're like.
I have never, and I have a long history of being drunk. I have never, ever felt the need to say, can I get my fat ass into a very small, tight environment?
Me either, because it makes me panic.
That's not entirely true. But phrasing.
Yep.
Laura is small enough for a suitcase, but I will not get in one.
There's this one girl that I used to go to school with. She thought because she was like 4 or 5 and like tiny, people thought it was funny for her to like get into small spaces and do things, and she would do it all the time, straight sober too. So this is not something I'm unusual to me.
My gym buddy, she's a tiny thing, and she's weak as all crap.
Mhm.
We were doing pull downs today, and she's sitting there, oh, 40 kilos. She can't even do a shrug, Jamie. She's so weak, she can't figure. She has such a bad muscle mind connection, she can't do a shrug. How can you not? How many times a day do you go, Baker's talking again? I don't know what he's saying. It's not that hard. But her mind, but never mind. We used to live at the same housing thing, and they had those big industrial dryers, and she crawled into one of them, and why? Why do you want to do this? It's just stupid. But yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I don't get it.
Amy from Boston. Alcoholics will change blackout. It's not a mental illness. Being willingly drunk is not an excuse. I don't believe she meant to unalive him, though. No, but
It doesn't, yeah. Just because
it's
she yells, it's not intentional, doesn't mean you get out of the consequences.
no, and that's why it's not premeditated. It's
Yeah.
it's second degree. So she had an opportunity and she took. Well, I don't even think she. I actually believe she was just putting him in there so he could be punished. And then
I think,
she went upstairs and think I'm gone down 5 minutes, get him out. And then she woke up the next day around 1 because she had a little drinky poo. So
I think she was like, yeah, like banging it around and probably kicking it, I'm sure. She taped him and she was mean because she thought she was just getting him back and torturing him, and that she'd open that baby up after an hour or so or whatever, and he'd be just fine, and but he'd be mad, but fine. And well, didn't work out that way. Sarah did it.
yeah, it's but again, it's just why not admit you put him in there, and by accident he passed away.
Yeah, I
You could
don't
have
get why she's trying to make it into this like, oh, we were playing hide and seek and everything was so wonderful. It's stupid.
because if you had gone out and said it was not intentional, but we were playing around, and yes, I must have, and I can see the videos now. I must have done it. I'm so sorry. I don't know why. You could get away with manslaughter. You could get 15 years for this one. And then you
Well,
could
yeah,
still get out and drink that nice hose water you like. You would still have
well,
enough leg strength to straddle the bushes.
yeah, I agree. Like, she should have just been up front. Like, we were drunk and we were just being ridiculous, and he got in a suitcase, and then I was like, none of this, I meant none of this, not this whole fabricated story, which we know is false.
Yeah, and again, and you can always discuss, well, did she or didn't she? There's a higher likelihood she will get very, very much less time in prison if she had said, it wasn't intentional, I blacked out, and I can see I had horrible behavior in those videos. It
Yeah.
stemmed from our long life filled with DV from both sides. We were alcoholics. I bet you they would have given her a plea deal in 15 years.
Well, it would look a lot better too.
Yeah. Yeah, she
For
wouldn't have been the one making me $1 million. I don't like to be touched, but I did hug almost an entire festival when high. Don't do drugs, kids. Right, Jamie?
Nope,
Jonathan
I
is
won't.
back. Jonathan har ingen venner. Han lever for sig selv. It's a Danish song about a guy called Jonathan without friends.
Oh,
That's not a
Jonathan
nice one.
without friends?
Yeah, it's
God.
Jonathan lives. Jonathan have no friends. He lives by himself. That's the first line in the song.
What a depressing song.
Yeah, it's really, really, really depressing. We sang it a
God.
lot when I was in back in the day. It was really popular. It's about well, just wait. Someday life will find you as well. So don't worry about it, Jamie.
It's terrible.
Yes, Music Man, your bad decision is my fault legally in some cases of I induced, convinced, forced, influenced you to do it. She had shown zero remorse, Baker. Someone died from her actions, inactions. That's what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. If she had done it, if she had said, yes, this is really bad. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to leave him in there for 10 minutes because he had been nasty to me and I was
Yeah.
drunk and then I fell asleep because we were way too drunk. What did she do? Claim she didn't drink, even though they found 2 bottles at the house. Claim they had a wonderful day. Claim that she didn't know anything. If she had just fessed up to it when she saw the videos, she would have been offered 15 years. They don't want to go to trial. Do you know how much time they waste going to trial? I bet you 15 years out the door.
I agree.
Probably not. I'm 46, married, and our 21-year-old moved back in, and we now have no move-out date. Well, that's what I said. Life will find you someday, Jonathan. I don't even know who made that
Jonathan
song.
has no friends. That's who you're singing to him.
Yeah, but because his mom and dad threw him out, so he rents a room at with a lady. Demi, you need to learn Danish so I can teach you all the good Danish songs. I would have been an anti-alcoholic commercial crying. Yeah, because no matter what, you would have gotten less because they don't want to go to trial. Hey, if that floats your boat. And she's already been there for what, almost 3 years? I think it was 2020 it happened. January, February
That's almost
2020.
4. Yeah.
I know it's M2, but are there lesser charges for them to consider? Not yet. But you know how it is. They'll just, if they can see, oh, we didn't put on a good case, they'll put in manslaughter before it goes to the jury.
No. They pretty much have this. I mean, we could be wrong, but this one is pretty in the bag.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, there's a lot of good songs. I can sing a song about the guy who met a girl. He went on a date with a girl, and the chorus is, "Do you know what she said? She said, take off your pants." I was absolutely not proud to stand there in the street with.
In the street?
Tag bukserne af. Jeg var bestemt ikke stolt af os. And I felt like a giant fool or something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, she put him up against the wall and said, take off. She's really mean because he want to tell her it was a bad date, and she's already preggo with another guy. And then he has to go to Tibet to become a monk to get over his infatuation with this girl. And then he comes back and he still thinks about her. So it's a great song, Jamie. It's really catchy. Yeah, she should have taken the plea 5 years ago. She should have said sorry in 2020, and she would have been out by 2030. And that bag is made by Samson Knight. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Did they offer a plea deal? I haven't heard anything about it, but it could be when they. It's not started yet, and we can see the Carly Gregg, who starts in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They just offered her plea deal. So yeah,
And she said, nope.
yeah, she would rather go for it. Sounds like a real winner. Yeah. Well, thank you, Nicola. I don't know why we get there, but we will get derailed. Hey, TLA. Friends pop songs. I don't know many Friends songs. I know one. Un kilomètre à pied. Ça où, ça où, ça. Un kilomètre à pied. Ça où, c'est le soleil. 2 kilomètres à pied. Ça où, ça où. It's 1 kilometer at foot. It wears down your souls. Don't ask. Thank you, Nurse Kimberly. Well, I'm glad that I get to make this today and make fun and sing a little bit, because yesterday wasn't fun. Jamie, this was the updates about the lawyer, but there is more. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
That's from Scream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I remember.
Yeah, that's the Wayans brother. We have another. Is it the right one? No, I took it down. Sorry, I'm just going to find the right one. Where is it? We have more notes about Sarah as an inmate. Where did it go? Why did I take it down, Jamie?
I don't know. You're singing too many crazy pop songs.
Yeah, I took the worst. Danish man sentenced for distributing CP. It's not the one we need. We have her inmate notes. These are the notes taken in prison about her conduct. No, the one I just closed was the right one. I'm so stupid. I need a weekend and get off my feet and lay and watch some football. This is the filing about Sarah Boone and her inmate notes. Filed the 30th of July. So it's old. But here we have her, the wonderful Sarah Boone, Orange County Government, Florida. Inmate Boone is currently pro se and is allowed a laptop per scheduled hours OFI the day. Inmate Boone Sarah currently pro se and is allowed a laptop per scheduled hours. The laptop had low battery and needed to be charged. An entry was made hours ago by this officer regarding the battery, and also inmate Boone requesting an OP-60 statement for FIOM. Oh, it's the guy who can't spell. While collecting the FIOM inmate Boone, I informed to her that the laptop is now charged and should be ready for use in the morning. I also told her that I will make the day shift officer aware that the laptop is to be charged once she is finished with it, so that she can utilize it during the night shift. Inmate Boone then stated, Miss Ford, I will take the FIOM back. I didn't really want to turn it in. It's okay. I will keep it in my documents. Just please let the officer know that it has to be charged. I can't do anything without it. That's we read that the other day too. I gave her the FIOM back, and Sergeant Monroe was notified. The entry is FIOM documentation purpose only. Then we go to August 19th, refused breakfast. August 19th at 7:39 p.m., all inmates were given an opportunity for shower time. Evening shower was available and offered. Inmate Boone verbally refused evening shower. And then that evening, she was given her laptop. The next morning at 10:01, she was giving her laptop. Then we have at August 20th at 10:14. CPL, is that Corporal? Yeah, that's Corporal. Corporal Pagan and I engaged in a discussion with inmate Boone in the FDC briefing room regarding several matters. We addressed the proper channels for submitting request forms, emphasizing that they should be directed to the housing officer or shift supervisor rather than to County Legal Counsel Scott Chevenel. That's the guy she got the name of in the last hearing. So now she got his emails, so she sends them to him. And Captain Di Giovanni for routine needs. Action taken. Inmate Boone, who has been incarcerated since 2020, is already well acquainted with the established procedures and confirmed her understanding of them. Inmate Boone expressed a desire to have a tablet available for her use throughout the day. Action taken. We clarified that tablets are accessible to all inmates on a standard schedule, 7 days a week, ensuring reasonable access without the need for further action. The inmate also requested that writing materials such as pens and paper be replenished as necessary. Action taken. Request denied at my level and escalated to the appropriate authority, who provided guidance in compliance with our policies. Inmate Boone was directed to request her items via inmate request forms. To the Law Library Department, no further actions required. And now it comes. Note: Inmate Boone demonstrated a willingness to engage during our dialogue. However, she consistently paraphrased my statements while introducing details that were neither mentioned nor implied. Consequently, I concluded the conversation and dismissed inmate Boone back to her unit due to her patronizing tone and her persistent misrepresentation of my remarks and the information I aimed to communicate. Ultimately, inmate Boone expressed her disagreement with my stance and decision-making, indicating her intention to file a motion with the judge assigned to her case. So she's a B in prison as well. That's yeah. I think during the arguments they were having upstairs, she hit him with the baseball bat, which knocked him unconscious, stuffed him in the suitcase, and pushed him down the stairs. I don't think so, because one of the things that would happen if he's unconscious is he will be death weight. It's really hard to manipulate a body, even though she's bigger than him. It would be really hard to manipulate a body.
He was talking, so
yeah, and he was talking inside the suitcase. I think you could argue that it started out as I can fit into small places, and then it happened, and she saw her. But I don't think there's any indication she knocked him unconscious and put him in there, because you can't do that. That's dead weight. Sarah Boone is downright defiant. She is. I love that she paraphrases her statements while introducing details that were neither mentioned nor implied. It's the same she does in court. When was that told to me? It was told at the last hearing. I didn't hear that. You replied that you understood it. She's so stupid. Your membership is official. Well, thank you so much. I would love to see a Sarah Boone movie. Lol, Lifetime, please. Don't touch it. We need all the R-rated scenes. I don't think I want to see an R-rated scene with Sarah Boone. 5:15, inmate Boone claims she was a straight A student. 5:43, inmate Boone says she liked puzzles. 6:05 p.m., inmate Boone claims she was a straight A student. I bet this is most of the time. Why haven't anyone shifted her in the shower yet? I don't get it. Imagine she is she's a dormitory with, I think, 65 other ladies. Don't tell me one of them haven't sat there and said, I don't care. Oh, you were a Nickelodeon? I will nick your load now.
Nick your load.
She is the biggest PIA. I would be lying if I said I'm not disappointed. She won't be representing herself in trial. I was looking forward to that train wreck. It's my $1 million. Kilo Charlie Tango better than height. I missed something. Like the guy who chose to drive right next to me. If he had made a mistake and hurt me, that's a crime. I'm missing something. Sorry. I can just imagine her tone. Yes. So what you're actually saying, no. But I'm going to call the judge. I've had employees like that. I give them 3 chances and then fired them. 2. Refusing sour is a big deal on jail or prison. Well, we ain't done yet. I think George hid behind the suitcase and Sarah pounced on it and sipped him shut, then threw him down the stairs. I don't know how it happened. They consider it a hygiene issue and it becomes a safety issue as it causes dispute that staff has to deal with. Well, we ain't done yet. Broken Baker does not condone violence of any kind, even in prison. Absolutely not. But I'm just saying walls can be sneaky and jump right out in front of you. Netflix would drag this story on, but I wonder if she will call her son to testify that Jorge was mean to her. She would be the type to do that. Got to go driving for a bit, but got you in my ear. Love both Baker and Jamie's sense of humor. Michelle, stay safe.
We love you too.
She's fine. Love is a big thing, Jamie. It's at least a second date thing. If we can get lucky, or else we'll wait for the third date.
I just love
Cannot
love.
sip into suitcase without his cooperation. Nah, I think you couldn't stuff someone into a suitcase without having to. We know that from the we're staying on the happy note today. We're not going back to Adam Montgomery.
I mean, yeah, people have done it, but he was in it. He's saying, "Let me out, Sarah." I think he got in there as like a funny thing, and she was just like, she took her chance.
Yeah.
She didn't hold a gun to his head, I don't think.
No, I think they were maybe having a bet about it or something, and then it just turned bad.
Well,
8 p.m.
seeing her in those videos when she was, I could see them too just doing ridiculous.
Yeah, because the way police is here.
Oh, like they were like so juvenile.
Never thought about how do men shave their faces and women shave their legs in prison. They get disposable razors.
And I think they have to be
that'll be the problem. August 20th, she got her laptop. August 20th, 9:35. Evening shower was available and offered. Inmate Boone verbally refused evening shower. August 20th, she got her laptop. No, returned her laptop. August 21st, she got her laptop. 21st, that's with the lawyer. She had an interview and returned her laptop. Razor was issued, collected, inspected, and returned intact. Then we found out how to do it. She was given a razor on August 22. August 22, she was given her laptop, returned laptop returned, laptop given, laptop returned. That's that. Isn't there any more? It's the same. Yeah, that's all. So for at least 4 days out of a week, she didn't shower. And then she got her razor and cleaned herself up.
Oof.
You're allowed to use a plastic razor, but you can't keep it to make a shank of it. No, as you could hear, you have to turn it back in, and they will inspect it that you didn't take one of the blades out. I bet you. I bet she
Yeah.
smells wonderful. Could you imagine being in a dorm room like that with 60 people if they didn't shower every day? I bet you they don't have a lot of air condition in that dorm room. They're out doing rec time, what it's called, out in the yard, get in the Florida sun. Out there must be a musky odor in that room.
Yeah, no. Ugh.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of swamp butt smell.
A lot of
Yeah, she did
swamp butt.
return the razor and they inspected it. De shrimp fromage. Shrimp cheese doesn't smell that bad. I'm here for the Pishka party. Yeah, it's the same. My routine now is before I stream, I take a shower. It's just something to get me into I'm gonna stream mode. It's
Well,
just
yeah, it's a good day starter for me, at least.
well, it's not a day, it's at 3 in the afternoon, but still.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
you kinda okay, now we're doing this. Florida weather is a different heat. Yeah, it's a moist heat.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put moist in there instead of
You
humid
just
to
want to
annoy you,
throw
Jamie.
moist.
Not a funny thing. She bullied him into it, and not the first time. When we saw that video where, Hodge, I love you. I want to give you a hug. You could see how she's just evil. She is just evil. YouTube censored me. Well, then I don't have to do it.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I hate the word moist. It's Jamie's favorite word.
Ugh.
Nope.
Listen,
Nope.
I don't mind the word moist. I just, when you use it, moist o'clock, that was too far.
It's a humid heat. We had a heat record in Sweden yesterday. It was terrible. We had 30.8 degrees in, I think, around Roskilde today. So that was a lot. But I love that it's the hottest day since 1947. Yeah, this late in the year. And the rest of the summer has been cold.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how cold an unheated shower is at 115-degree desert? No. Because I don't go looking for hell. So who would ever be in 115 degrees desert?
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Greedy bloke, then I have done my job. Arizona heat. Ugh. That's mild compared to what we have here. 87.4 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's the heat record this year. And it was horrible. Well, it wasn't that
That's
bad. I
a
was out,
record?
as you can see in my visage. I took an hour in the sun yesterday. It was nice, but it was like it was around 80, 82 degrees where I was yesterday. It's hot, really
And
hot.
that's 87 is a record high heat?
Yeah,
That's
this late in the year.
Oh, well, it's 87 like today.
No, because in July we do sometimes pump up in the 90s, but then everyone is living in their freezer. Well, that tells me I am not moving to Tennessee.
I know you're
Only
talking about
80 in
going to the
Orlando
South a
right
lot,
now,
and
but
the South is ridiculous with the heat.
but really muggy and thunderstorming, pretty good. A Soldier Boy in 2003. Well, when I was in Bosnia, they turned up the heat a little bit. We had a guy who collapsed with a heart attack because it was so hot. But again,
Mhm.
I ain't built for heat or speed. Yeah, and that's why I'm asking, why do you live where you live?
Well,
Alaska has plenty of room. Unlikely to be two blades, will be cheap. Oh, I think Iceland might be a little behind. August in
mhm.
Texas, hottest month. That's why I'm not visiting you. It's 89 here in Pittsburgh. I can't stand it. 89, I would be sleeping in my freezer.
Mhm.
Jamie, where do you live? She lives in Minnesota.
Michigan.
Michigan. It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
The experts have told me every state that starts with the same letter is next to each other.
Nope. It's not even next to us.
Heat is your friend. You love it. Great for farming and ranching. Denmark is so great at farming. We invented a cow with extra bacon. Not a cow, a pig with extra bacon. Don't tell us we need 1,000,000 degrees to grow good bacon pigs. Yeah. Corn sweat. What's corn sweat? Tennessee is gross hot. I vacated that area to escape its torture. But I've said when I become a millionaire after Sarah Boone case, I would move to Tennessee because Europe is getting a little too commie. But now I can't even live there, and I don't want to live where Jamie is because even though I like snow, I don't like snow for 6 months. So
Mhm. I'm telling
so
you, we get everything. We get all the seasons. It's fun. I like it.
so I can't stay here because that's apparently too hot, and I can't be in Wisconsin because that's where Jamie is, and that's too cold.
Oh
So I
my
have to be in like Illinois or Missouri or Iowa, maybe Ohio,
What is this
Indiana.
map you have?
It's my gift from FD Food Fairy.
What
It's a
is
puzzle.
what does Michigan have on it?
Michigan, they have a car.
Oh, they have cars. Oh, gotcha.
Oh, you live in Michigan.
Yes.
Oh, so, so I've been further west than your state. That was
Yeah.
flat. That was really, really flat. I thought we drove for so long, and Tennessee and Illinois is just this far apart. When I went down to see Graceland, that's not that much, Jamie. That's 6 inches.
Yeah, 6 inches. That's not. How big is that? Okay.
And look at Texas. Oh, we get two things. We get a Panzer pet and a boot.
What is it? Oh, like an armadillo and some cowboy boots.
Yeah,
I like that little map. It's so cute.
yeah, because it's easy for me to see. Because I always thought New Hampshire was down by Pennsylvania,
No.
and it's north of New York. I'm not that good. And Massachusetts, I thought that was near Pennsylvania as well. They're next to each other, those two. Did you know
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
That makes sense because the Montgomery trial was in New Hampshire, and his wife lived in Massachusetts, I believe, or the other way around.
Oh, the other way around, but yeah.
Yeah, they have black bears in North Carolina. Jamie, do you know what they have in South Carolina?
What?
according to this map. They have the peach emoji. We know what that means. It's a
I
booty.
thought that was I I thought that was Georgia. Georgia peach. What is Georgia?
Georgia
Is
has,
it a peanut?
yeah, peanuts.
Oh man. Learning something new. It means it means booty. Oh,
Yeah, that's it's weird. It takes 7 hours to get across my state, and it's a small state. I can drive to Amsterdam in 7.5 hours. That's through three countries.
mhm.
Need to enunciate peanut better. Mhm. The Sierra Nevada Mountain Lake River's amazing climate and a couple hours from NCA coast microbreweries around. I like Sierra Nevada, those beers, they're good. I didn't make the map. Blame Food Fairy. Alaska is so wrong on your map
What do you mean?
because they have a polar bear and it's in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, like in placement, you mean?
It should have been up here
Mm-hmm.
because you can see Russia from Alaska. South Carolina has my ex-wife. I'll stay out of South Carolina. My state is called a landmass, not mentioned by name in news. A landmass, not mentioned properly. Is that a threat? What's a threat? Everything's a threat. South Carolina has the best peaches.
Really? I mean,
Well, I have to go look at that. And Pernilla can get to Denmark in 15 minutes. That's what I'm saying. The Swedes are always ready to invade us again. It's the smallest state, so that's Washington, D.C. Yeah, Nicola we can meet up in Holland then. Because totally not Russian, Helen from Holland. Then we can go look at dikes, windmills, and clocks.
nice.
The three and tulips. 4 things that Holland is known for.
Oh, I
And
love
water.
tulips. That's my favorite flower ever. It's tulips.
And Alaska way bigger than Texas. Yeah. Been to Ireland by accident. I really want to visit Scotland. Yeah, that's a little bit. You did overshoot, undershoot something. DC isn't a state. I know that. It was a joke. Yeah, dikes to keep water out. Like you have in New Orleans. I know. Valhalla. Who's the guy who sat in chat one day and listened to you and the expert talk about the Galapagos and might have cracked my iPad screen because of you two? Isn't it there? Isn't it there? No.
Mhm.
I know geography. Arizona is 6 hours across desert, high mountains with snow, and the Grand Canyon. I thought Delaware was the smallest state. I like Delaware. It's flat just like Europe. Yeah, I was stupid enough when I left DC. I left in the rush hour. It took us a long time to go home. I rode in a train 4 hours in Europe. Couldn't believe I needed my passport when I left the train in another country. Left it back at my hotel. Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Mhm.
I couldn't get a beer because I didn't have my passport with me in Tennessee. So 7A climate wise means something. Sometimes trees freezes and die that could normally live. Lower Mississippi has sin 6 climate. Ooh. Ooh. Next time I go to Germany, I'll plan on visiting Denmark. You should stay out of Copenhagen. It's full of Swedish people. Go visit Jutland. Jutland has a lot to offer if you like rural sites and a lot of old cities. A lot of history in Jutland. I was actually planning on going. We have an old museum, not an old. We have a museum made in the old. Well, you're well versed in the kerfuffle, so you know about the Atlantic Wall that the painter built, and we have a few of those bunkers still around, and they have a museum where you can come and see all about that emplacement. They had a cannon so big that I think they only fired it twice. It was supposed to be able to cover. They had a cannon in Norway and a cannon in Denmark, so they could keep that sound covered if the Yanks or the Brits came sailing. And they only fired it twice, and both times they did it, they crushed all the windows in the local city because it was so big. I want to go up there. 5 hours away from Califas. Our plane was hit by lightning, and the US government, rather than load us onto another plane, they just left us in Shannon Island for 3 days while ours was repaired. Not the worst place to be, with a little pay in your pocket and a time on your hand. Irish people are friendly people, and the beer is good, and the night goes on forever. Yeah. Buying Baker a good book of maps on my to-do list. I have a great map of the US. I can find anything on it. We really didn't mind. I also got to spend 3 days in Budapest while deployed in Bosnia. I never been to Budapest. I really want. We went to Pech a lot, but we never went up to Budapest because, well, if you've been in Bosnia, you know what happens in Pech. Great city. If you're young, have a little pay in your pocket, and some. Nope. Baker can find Rhode Island on the map. Yes, I can, because it's. I saw it right before. It's right there. Next to a tit. Or maybe it's a red breast, that's something. Rhode Island doesn't have anything connected to it. Massachusetts has a boat and some oranges. Rhode Island has nothing. Connecticut has a tit. New Jersey has a fish. Delaware, I think they share a crab with Maryland. Washington, D.C. has the capital. Mississippi has a steamboat. Hawaii has a pineapple. There's so much of America I haven't seen. I haven't been further west than, well, when I was in Illinois, I was on the border of Iowa, so I've been that far west. So that's 1/3 of your country I've been. Rhode Island has more people than Alaska. Denmark probably have more people than Alaska. Ireland and Germany were your favorite places in Germany. Germany? Dallas Fort Worth is fun to drive through at night. Pennsylvania cannot be crossed if a truck crash blocks certain roads. Does Ohio have orange barrels? No, they have a football, because that's home of hand egg that was invented in Ohio. Or their Hall of Fame is in Ohio or something like that. Well, I was there when they had built most of it, but you could see how much fun they had. But it was a different time. We were younger. Is Puerto Rico on there? I grew up there. No, none of the U.S. Virgin Island, which you bought from Denmark, is on the map. These aren't oranges in Massachusetts. It looked like oranges. We have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So the crab is Maryland. I don't know what Delaware has, but it's not the blue crab. I can tell you my mom and dad, because we have an exchange student who we keep in contact with in Delaware. When they were there, I think they were there like 3 or 4 times. Every time they went out for crab balls or whatever, they like that. We don't eat much crab in Denmark. Alaska doesn't want the lower 48 to know that it has room for more residents. Well, the polar bears will kill them.
I wouldn't want, yeah.
Do they have polar bears in Alaska?
I mean, I think so, right? I know they have lots of bears up there, so moose, all kinds of stuff.
Isn't it? I didn't think that.
And moose are deadly too.
Yeah, that's why Volvos are tested to be able to withstand running into a moose at a certain speed. Well, they used to be before they were sold to the Chinese. My husband got lost in Berlin. He was lost over 26 hours when he was 20. Slept on a bench. He passed by a shop searching for his hotel. Seen a disco ball. Bought it with the 20 euros he had. Well, that's a great night then.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Seen a disco ball and had to buy it this last
I can find all the states. Kansas, Colorado, and Wyoming. I should really just read it in Danish. Well, with my mom's Danish accent, it would be Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas. That's a clothing brand. Oklahoma, Texas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Ohio, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Washington. That's all the states in Danish.
Oh boy.
That's the way my mom would have said it.
Well, thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Yep, that's how I get by. I was just reminiscent how my mom spoke English. Well, she would speak like that, and if Jamie said, "What did you say?" she would say the same thing again louder until Jamie just said, "Okay."
Most people do that to me.
Well, my mom was one of those typical moms on vacation. Can I have a beer? Sorry. Can I have a øl? Øl, you know. Sorry, no understand. En øl. En øl. En øl. Beer. En øl. And then they will give her a beer. That's hey, Dream Suburb. You didn't hear California. It's like a little kid reading a map. I am a little kid. When he said Texas, I almost asked how much. What was Minnesota? Volvo and Saab both crash tested withstand crashing into Moose. YouTube have Volvo crash test video. Saab never advertised its safety obsession as Volvo brilliantly advertised. Volvo's back in the day, I mean, believe it was the 240. It was, I think it could drive directly into a Bradley tank and the tank would lose. It was built to last. Hey, Janet. Silver Fox, it's because you Norwegian try to hide how much you miss being under our thumb.
Oh my goodness.
The Danish Klinker. Yeah. I'm officially applying for the job of your American speech therapist. Why? I have absolutely no accent. Good old days, as we called them. Scotland. Do you guys say Alba? No, we say Scotland. Alba is, that's too old. We did talk about Sarah Boone. Then we got over Sarah Boone. And now we are getting over the stream because there's nothing else to talk about. And Jamie needs to get to bed.
Baker needs to get to bed.
This is beer in Danish.
That is?
Yeah.
What is with the squiggly things over the letters? What does that even mean?
It's one of our extra letters. It's an Ö. So this is an øl.
Ooh.
Øl.
Ooh.
Øl.
Ooh.
Think more about Germany. Get angry. Øl.
Ooh.
No, not that long word. Short.
Ooh.
Øl. Just
Ooh.
fire it out there. Øl.
It's just.
Yes, Sarah did get a lawyer. He wrote in his motion that he saw her advertisement, and that's why he became her lawyer. So they are filing for a motion to for motion for continuance. But interesting strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works. I'm not 100% sure. But I don't know. He seems weird, that lawyer. Have a great day. See you all on the flip side. Remember, tomorrow, 9 a.m., we will have our Stabber Day. It's our weekly nothing to do with anything show where we just talk, have fun for a couple of hours. No French-Canadian yoga laugh tomorrow. I'll find something else. Tonight, 9 p.m., the expert will have his Friday night extravaganza tonight with Tom Gillis, so you can learn about swinging a golf club. And Sunday will be the premiere of Jamie's Beauty on a Butt. No, oh, still not. Next Sunday. Sunday, we will have movie night on the Discord where we will be watching
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. So don't overeat because we're going to the Breakfast Club.
What exhibit are you referring to? I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor. All right. 100.
100.
Because it is 100%
100%.
correct.
So you literally built a cannon Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
All right, I'm in love.
Go back. Please do that again. Oh, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No,
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
no.
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
Probably did. Everybody has.
So there.
Everybody has.